it's not a good time right now for the Writers Guild to be restarting negotiations with the studio, because as we hear from this article from Deadline, Drew Barrymore basically is starting to break. And this is, I think, emblematic of a lot of the people within the guild who are currently on strike, because basically she made headlines this last week when she announced that she's going to be resuming her talk show, even though that's not allowed under the guild rules. And she has since made an apology video about it, because I mean, after it was announced that she was going to be doing that, she also got fired from other engagements and been attacked on social media and other stuff like that. So she made this apology video to try to address what's been going on with it, but it came across less as an apology and more of a, let me explain while I'm doing this, it's important. And some of the stuff she said was, I think, reasonable, where it's like, okay, there's more than her working on it and people have bills to pay and stuff like that. And like, yeah, I understand that completely. But at the same time, everyone on strike is in the same predicament. So by doing this, all it does is just demonstrate to the studios like, okay, the strike's starting to buckle, so we don't need to be willing to negotiate. We can kind of be hardball and they'll just be forced to pay, or they'll just be forced to negotiate or buckle on it. And not only is she the one who's also getting a lot of heat from this, but also recently Bill Maher got a lot of heat as well for saying that he's going to be bringing back his show without the writers for it while the strikes are going on. And he gave his spiel about like, I don't like having to do this, but people need to work, and pretty much the same thing that what Drew Barrymore was saying, but he didn't come out and apologize for that. And I think that's good on him, because don't apologize to these people who are upset, because you're never going to appease them. So all it is just like Drew Barrymore's, where it comes across as a hostage video. I mean, no one thinks it's sincere, so don't even bother trying. And especially since a lot of this came after Bill Maher also made statements on his podcast where he basically said the writers come across as being entitled or something along those lines. I don't have the actual transcript with me, but he said something like they feel like they're entitled or they're owed a livable wage, and instead of wanting to earn it and things like that, which I can kind of agree to an extent. I mean, that's kind of what these negotiations come across as, like a minimum payments or whatever is basically saying just that. And a lot of them are also complaining about how they can't afford certain things or whatever, their chosen lifestyle on the wages they're given. And once the studios put out what they're offering them, it seemed like quite a bit, at least to the general public, but the writers insisted it's difficult for them. So that's why they've been on strike since May. But it probably doesn't help with their whole public image, with the fact that they're just now saying that they're having trouble with paying their bills and stuff like that. Like a lot of them were saying they've been gone through all their savings since the strike started and whatnot. But the average person watching this, paying attention to these strikes going on, are probably thinking, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me they were not working or not making money for like 3 months now, and they're just now depleting their savings? It's like, how much do they have saved? And because most Americans especially don't actually have that kind of savings, and the writers who are acting like they're the working class people or whatever, I mean, yeah, we're just the same as you, working in the factories or putting in 9-to-5 jobs and stuff like that, or working out in farms. Like, yeah, we're the working class. Like, no, you're not. You're a privileged class. I mean, you produce a luxury item that frankly the population doesn't need, and that's why people who are just trying to put food on the table don't care about this going on. But here's even more of the kicker right now, because California just passed this unemployment for the striking workers. So congratulations to the actual working class people in California. You're going to be footing the bill for this. So these people can picket more so that they can be getting more than $10,000 a week at their job. Meanwhile, you're struggling to put food on the table, and your government's taking your money and giving it to them as a result. So, I mean, let me know what you think about this in the comment section if you're a California viewer. I mean, do you like that your tax money is going to them, or are you just like, or is this like enough for you, or are you on your way out of the state? Which I hope you are, because that place is terrible. But yeah, I mean, this really does just take the cake. I mean, a bunch of privileged elitists who get paid just to write stories, who are afraid that their job can be taken away by a glorified search engine, are now being paid for their trouble by the taxpayer for people who are barely able to put food on the tables. Oh, not to mention any potential illegals who are also in the country. Yeah, if they buy any products and are paying a sales tax on it or whatever, congratulations, that's going to these people too. Yeah, this is just hilarious, at least from the outside looking in, because it's like, I really don't care about these people, and I really don't care what happens. I mean, the whole Hollywood system could just collapse overnight, and I've made enough videos talking about this. I mean, there's a lot of other content out there. I mean, there could literally be no other stuff produced throughout the whole world, and I'd be fine just living off of what's been produced up to this point. So whatever, let's see what goes with this. But either way, I don't think it's going to matter when this is all said and done, at least not in from the audience's perspective. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.